up on the phone, seeing what you wanna do. Yeah, I know you got a man, and yeah, I got a girl, but we've been doing this too long to stop now. Baby, let me pace myself, take my time. Baby, I'm just missing you all the time. Know that you belong to him, now you're mine. Baby, let me worship you, you the shrine. Baby, let me pace myself, take my time. Baby, I'm just missing you all the time. Know that you belong to him, now you're mine. Baby, let me worship you, you the shrine. As I lay you in this bed, we gon' make it last forever. The way you move your body got me thinking we together. Talking to you back like the way we used to do. And if you don't go away, I don't know what I'm gonna do. This shit is dangerous, dangerous. Yeah, this shit is dangerous, dangerous. I know you fucking dangerous, dangerous. You know I'm fucking dangerous, dangerous. As I lay you in this bed, we gon' make it last forever. The way you move your body got me thinking we together. Talking to you back like the way we used to do. And if you don't go away, I don't know what I'm gonna do. This shit is dangerous, dangerous. Yeah, this shit is dangerous, dangerous. I know you fucking dangerous, dangerous. You know I'm fucking dangerous, dangerous. As I lay you in this bed, we gon' make it last forever. The way you move your body got me thinking we together. Talking to you back like the way we used to do. And if you don't go away, I don't know what I'm gonna do. This shit is dangerous, yeah. This shit is dangerous. I know you're dangerous. You know I'm dangerous too.
Hold on, wait. I go through the most to know who you are. I'm tryna hit you and make it official. We plan as a trip and then go there tomorrow. I'm on that, hey. Tell all your friends he raising the bar. He getting freaky as soon as you meet me. You know how to greet me, no panties and bras. I'm on that, hey. I go through the most to know who you are. I'm tryna hit you and make it official. We plan as a trip and then go there tomorrow. I'm on that, hey. Tell all your friends he raising the bar. He getting freaky as soon as you meet me. You know how to greet me, no panties and bras. Hey. And we have a safe sex. I had to stop at the store to pick up some bras and pick up the latex. Hey, shorty a 10 and look how she break necks. I had to give her the break to pick up her legs and give her a taste test. Hey, look, we gon' make a move, baby. Hey, going up like Tuesday. Hey, hey, ride with you. Hey, hey, yeah. Wait, I go through the most to know who you are. I'm tryna hit you and make it official. We plan as a trip and then go there tomorrow. I'm on that, hey. Tell all your friends he raising the bar. He getting freaky as soon as you meet me. You know how to greet me, no panties and bras. I'm on that, hey. I go through the most to know who you are. I'm tryna hit you and make it official. We plan as a trip and then go there tomorrow. I'm on that, hey. Tell all your friends he raising the bar. You getting freaky as soon as you meet me. You know how to greet me, no panties and bras. Wait, and she was a dance move. She know whenever I'm in it, I'm coming to win it. There's no way I can't lose. Hey, look, and she made a man move. She told that nigga she found her a nigga that do everything that he can do. Hey, we gon' make a move, hey. Hey, going up like Tuesday. Hey, rock with you. Yeah. Hey, we gon' make a move, hey. Hey, going up like Tuesday. Hey, rock with you. Yeah.
Who do you
screaming out like, who do you love? No IG. All of these bros, I swear one of y'all coming home. Yeah. John Wall, I'm finna flex. If I'm with you, bitch, then I'm finna sex. I don't apologize for nothing in the past. Bad boy, I'm puffy, comes in the flesh. Like, oh no, DJ knocking that new joint. Money in a drink, she trying to fuck. Shorty face down and the bottom's up. Loud in the air and the bottom's up. Like way up, way up. See, I'm a real nigga, I don't chase out. Throw a couple dollars for a fast brick. Hit a 1-2, and that's a leg out. Who do you love? Are you for sure? Is it me? Who do you love? Yeah. Are you for sure? Tell me, is it me, girl? Are you for sure? Do you love? Do you love? Yeah. For sure. I don't got a problem being friends with you. Long as you got plans to bring your friends with you. You can give a fuck if your man's with you. Girl, why you acting like a dad with you? Yo, like you don't know. Monkey in the back at the photo. Hold on, listen from the party like we're homegirl. Act shawty, can she take it? She's like, oh no. The sky is the limit. Oh hell no, it isn't. A nigga, one moon and the stars. You know I got chips at your feet, oh the layup. Mars, talking about who you love, baby, you know I'm the one. Talking about who you love, baby, you know I'm the one. Yeah. Who do you love? Are you for sure? Are you for sure? Who do you love? Are you for sure? Who do you love? Are you for sure? Are you? Who do you love? Who do you love, girl? Who do you love, girl? Who do you love? Who do you love? Who do you love? Yeah, of course. Major move, baby. Right. No. From Southern Boulevard to Bathgate, we bringing it straight to your bones. One time for the boogie. Feel me? Don't correct before you proceed. Don't correct before you slide. In these streets, they do you cold me. Do you cold by the lane? Don't get caught out in the open. Learn how to strategize. Say you've been waiting on your moment. Well, it's about time. Come on, come on. It's all the beast. It's my fault. When they don't do it, do it. No one's supposed to lose. It's what's that is happening everywhere we move. And don't you be illusions. They prey on your confusion. And won't nobody come and do me like that. Won't nobody come and do me like that. So come correct before you proceed. Come correct before the vibes. Really get to know me before you reach your bottom line. If there's one who won't fall down, when it comes to what to do, it's the one with the fire. It's the one I got him. Queen got the connect, crossed about the border. Off-white assorted, cause we got it out the muddy water. This is Jordan Mike's skill level, thriller arc mic flaunt when I talk, but it's hot like degrees, like oh won't be easy, like rolling up your sleeves, like fresh about the grease, so I'm seasoned and seasoned, cooking up the feed while you sleep, made 44 meals in a week, now eat 'em a machine, like steam, like gore, like gadget, now black out like all lives matter, I'm elite, any given day you'll be like a satellite dish, might just put the data right up on my wrist, that's frigid, 40 below zero, cause it's brick, that's different, when you're all paying for the rent, need something out of a square, then a white with the wheel, fortune favors the bold, magic how it appears, they've been playing with the brain, levitating my love thing, balloons for only fair to send you up in the air. So if you were not aware, I am of a tear that makes substance abuse and do it all on a dare. I might go pop, insert the voice angelic, unapologetic, blood on the dance floor, down to 9/11. Pick up, it's a stick up, check the Richter scale. I bring dope like Postman in hell. Plus, when you know me to fail, I'm here, I still prevail. Pop up the top like you a bride with the veil. Have I not made it clear that I'm your lordship? This ain't your world, shorty, this is my orbit, and everything lawless. Matter of fact, I'm about to mortify the market, and ooh, it look gorgeous, I promise. You couldn't even fuck with me if you want me to the orgies, nigga. Before you proceed, I'm looking for the vibe. You should really get to know me before you hit your bottom line. If there's one wrong for you, when it comes to what to do, it's Tony Bruce, the king of New York. Yeah, I'm alive and I talk my shit. Yeah. Fuck your vibe, my energy for the soul. I'm a wreck if you test it, I'm pulling up with the poles. Olympic with the sticks, I'm sliding to get the gold. King Brooks with the flush, I'm Roy, you better fold. The greatest story never told. In bold and italics, new Roman. The underline is your dying, his palace full of malice. The clips nearby, God couldn't save him from the eagle eye. Hawk speed, presence of a raven. Since 07, I've been Cajun. History in the making. Daniel, you the king of New York? No relation, I'm patient. But try me again and become a patient. Or another rapper did in an overnight sensation. I get the cooking on tracks, give me the apron. I X-Men, pen is a nuclear mutation. I've been grinding all my life to make a statement. Money rule the world, so I'm bringing home the bacon. Ready to die, I need a big deal and a big wheel. While I'm riding around the city like a kid still. Tales from the dirt, I can spit it and bring a masterpiece. Death before I fail again, nobody eating after me. Actually, I'm an athlete, son of Lolly, running rap circles and torture, use my dichotomy. Probably the illest ever speaking on it, honestly. 666 death when I kick it like numerology. July called the bully with a point to prove. X marked the spot, we connected like a joint and moved of asses. And I ain't here to disappoint you, so you try it, I promise the sparks flying like a broken fuse. I got the city on lock, martial law, bed claws, donuts, I ball like Brian Shaw. Way above par, no birdie with talking dirty. 730 over every instrumental, I'm raw.
Mr. Black Bruce Wayne, okay. You don't want to answer my calls? I heard you, Mr. Lately you been picking up a vibe. Yeah, one false move my ass. That was you not picking up my phone calls. You better be picking up some vegan food or something. Shit.
Yeah, why it can't be us? Let's chill, let's stop the back and forth. Left it up the chance and it still seems you're back for more. Let love go, you said. It's bound to run its course, but you still hitting my line. 4:15. Don't play with me. You know how I give it up. Don't play with me. What we doing, so what's up? Don't play with me. If I pull up, we gon' touch. Don't play with me when it comes to you. All the fun and games is over, it was cool while it lasted. Trials and tribulations and we couldn't get past it. Texting how you doing, you say cool and thanks for asking. That last fight was foolish, what we doing, we stay clashing. Only when we argue is when you see the passion. The rest is just for show, so sit calm before the action. Yeah, I got comfortable with you, I started lacking. Plus it's hard to focus when you faced with bad distractions. We said we want forever, but it turned to just smashing. Our chemistry crazy, I can't figure out what happened. Maybe I'm just rapping, or maybe I'm just capping, or maybe it's the maybe, cause for sure it's what I'm asking us. Let's chill, let's stop the back and forth. Left it up the chance and it still seems you're back for more. Let love go, you said. It's bound to run its course, but you still hitting my line. 4:15. Don't play with me. You know how I give it up. Don't play with me. What we doing, so what's up? Don't play with me. If I pull up, we gon' touch. Don't play with me when it comes to you. Shit. Still tripping off the last time we chilled, it was crazy. Edibles and champagne both had us wavy. Blasting Bay and Jay-Z, though we was Bay and Jay-Z. All I need in this life of sin is my baby. Drunk in love, so in the moment, trying to hold it. Cause we fair, losing the feel when we sober. Agreed to stay away, but once again you call me over. She was looking for Uber, I pulled up with a chauffeur. I ain't where I wanna be, just know I'm working what I told her. In a dream that I'm selling is better than what they sold her. We was picking up steam, then I got the cold shoulder. Used to make me cold shoulder, now I'm microwaving stove.
Don't play with me. You know how I give it up. Don't play with me. What we doing, so what's up? Don't play with me. If I pull up, we gon' touch. Don't play with me. When it come to you, don't play with me. Walked out this shit gracefully. All I really wanted was for you to make some space flows. Wanted longevity. Sick, I had the remedy. You know I fuck with power, so I always brought my energy. You was my safe space. No replace. Pass me the burner. Did he loyal on the case? Can't no nigga take your place. When I fall, you my grace. We both get money. Only thing that we would chase. Listen, you was my best friend. No pretend, know you my piece, home away from my sin. You the ink to my pen, the dime to my 10. I kept it real sweet, perfect match to your blend. So I curved them like a fender, burners on extenders. Love the way we fuck, turn up the Teddy Pender. Grass, never cared about my past, other bitches was just ass. You was trying to change my past.
Let's chill, let's stop the back and forth. Left it up the chance and it still seems you're back for more. Let love go, you said. It's bound to run its course, but you still hitting my line. 4:15. Don't play with me. You know how I give it up. Don't play with me. What we doing, so what's up? Don't play with me. If I pull up, we gon' touch. Don't play with me when it comes to you.
Mikey, I need you to turn off your camera so we could properly do this promo. Because it's not just any old episode, right? It's a homie episode, but a homie episode with this man. So I need before we introduce ourselves, we gotta cut a good promo to start this episode off.
Okay.
Go, Mikey, go.
Nah, go ahead and cut the promo, Katie.
Nah, I need you to do it. You owe me promo for the last few weeks.
Nah, come on. You want to cut a promo for Loud Johnson? Go ahead and cut a promo for Loud Johnson, Katie.
I always cut promos for Live Johnson.
So that's why you the best at the job to do it.
Nah, that's why I needed Mikey to do it. Cause I'm tired of doing the same thing.
Well, I'm tired of doing a lot of shit, Katie. So we have to figure that out.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my name is Ivy, and we are here today in the presence of all of you guys because it is another session of homie talk. But it's not just any homie talk, right? Because shit's exclusive here today. Not only are we in the comfort of our own homes, but we about to witness the motherfucking living legend. The man who teaches Katie about producing and knows how to teach Katie to record. Okay, this man is Dr. Dre's Indies. Put respect on the man's name, but we got motherfucking Live Johnson in the building today. But before we bring him on, yo, now we could come back.
Yo.
Did you
How you introduce Live Johnson to Live Johnson out here?
Wait. First of all, this was before, but I just noticed your fresh cut. But let me bring him in. Yo.
Live Johnson.
What it do, my people?
What's the deal?
What it do?
Ain't shit. I just had 2 pork chops and I'm feeling great.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up. They was fried? They was fried pork chops?
Oh, yeah.
Did mommy make them?
Yeah, she put her foot in it.
Put a foot in it, right?
Oh, shit.
Oh, we pulling up, Mike. We pulling up. Live.
That's funny. Nah, you know what's funny? That's my favorite thing that Janelle makes for me is them pork chops. So I'll be getting them whenever I want.
See? That's how it works, man.
I'll be getting them whenever I want. She'll go out and get pork chops just because she know I like this shit. So,
but see, that's what she's a writer. Like she does what she wants to do to make sure her man is happy.
that's a fact.
respect on that shit. I'm sorry, because there's like a lot of females, and I'm not talking about myself. But there's I literally see females. The guy will get them everything, and the girl will just sit there and look pretty. Like,
I
nah.
mean, some guys like that shit though. You know what
True.
I'm saying? Some niggas is into that. Some niggas is like, yo, I don't want her to do nothing. She just gonna be on my arm. I'm gonna spoil her. I'm gonna give her everything she want. She don't never have to give me nothing because I got everything I need already. All she gotta do is give me love and give me, you know what I'm saying? Stay pretty
But
on my
not
arm.
even that. I've seen some bitches do some real like this could be the most nicest man in the world, right? And she won't even show the love like in person.
Not everybody is emotionally ready for a nice guy. Where a lot of people when it comes to we talk about oh nice guys finish last and all of that shit, and that's a lot of times that is true, but the problem really comes to is a lot of women aren't used to and don't know how to deal with the nice guy mentality.
Mm. Thank you for saying that. As a nice
That's where
guy,
that comes from.
I used to be like, I don't understand why women curve me all the time. When back in my early years, and now I understand most of them are not ready for that.
They don't
So I'm glad
understand.
you said it.
It's like let me see. Let me see. It's like yo, when women hit a certain age, they get on that yo. I gotta travel. I gotta go everywhere. Blah blah. Girls trips, all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's cool. But that's normally the time in that age group. That's normally the time where dudes start to get it. They start to understand what it takes to really take care of a woman, what a woman would need, and is ready to give that to somebody fully all the way.
Yep.
And at that point, women aren't ready for that because their lives dictate otherwise. They may think they are, but it doesn't always work because they always can't carve out that time. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, nice guys, that's all we require is time.
Facts.
You know it's funny, right? Because I remember back in the day I would have these conversations with Live, right? Because to
Hmm.
me, like I feel like I always understood it. Because even cause I told Live, I'm like, even what at 25 or 26,
Hmm.
like if I never found that person and settled down, like I'd still be on my own to do my own thing type thing. And then like I kept saying it up until I think I met Ramon. Well, I've been perfectly fine being perpetually single, you know, because I never had found that person.
Right.
One, it's like one, a lot of people felt intimidated by what I did,
Hmm.
you know. Two, it would just be like maybe because back then my walls were so high after getting screwed over by my ex that I'm just like, no, you
Hmm.
know. But then again, I always kept the possibility open. But now it was just like when I met him, I was like, yeah, I kind of really understand it more. Like the whole you have to do these things for your partner though. You can't just not be sitting here and acting like you don't get it. Like you the guy could buy you everything you want.
Hmm.
But you still need to you still have to do something for them. And it's not even about sexual either. We're talking about like the way we talk about the guys wanting to do things for us, we gotta do the same shit for them.
Agree. Agree. And it's not about doing for you, a tit for tat thing. It's more of less is, yo, I love you, and I want to make sure I do for you just the same way you would do for me. It's more of a give or take
It's
thing.
it's all give and take, but then you also have to be fair. You also have to be fair. You can't be the one shelling out all the money, all the you know what I'm saying, all of this, all of that, and then you're not getting anything back.
Oh
Like
yeah.
there has to be in relationships, there has to be give and take. One may not be in a financial position to do things financially, the same way that the other one may do. But there's other things that you can do to substitute that. So it can't be just, oh, doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and nobody's doing anything.
No,
There has to
but
be some type of
Correct.
compromise.
even just the art, just showing the person whether, and I'm not talking about um physical monetary things, but
Mhm.
just like, hey, check in on them. A phone call, a simple phone call. Hey, babe, I'm thinking about you. It goes a long way.
Well, you know what's crazy? I think in this day and age, those types of things should be automatic. Everybody's in front of their phone 20 hours a day, all day. There's no reason why you can't text somebody if you're thinking about them and say, "Yo, hey, I was thinking about you. How are you?" Like
Yep.
those types of people, when they don't show interest, they really don't have interest. They really don't have interest, and people just gotta remember that.
Like, I'm 8 months with Ramon, and maybe it could be the same with you live after 8 years, but I'm still texting him to find out about his day as if it was like the third week we're dating. You know,
Well, I do the same thing with Janelle.
I
Yeah.
think it's like just a instant natural thing.
I mean, when you really care about somebody, I mean, you going to automatically do that without even thinking about it.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, that goes along with a relationship, if you ask me.
You know,
supposed to.
everyone does it. Like, everyone thinks like the big tokens of affection, like the gifts, it means more. Like, no, like, show the person you actually give a fuck.
Yeah, no, that's
Um,
true.
but while we went off on that tangent, this is Welcome to the Raw Zone. We are 27, 22 minutes in, and my name is Ivy. Sir, who might you be?
I am the one and only Michael Bostic, aka Hill Classic. What is
And
good, everybody?
we got a live Johnson here.
Yep.
Mike, if I could
Everybody
have a
already know what time it is, so
yo, it
no
is
introduction.
no introductions for this man. Before we get into all the fuckery that we have planned tonight, I kind of want to just take the minute because it's a really heavy week. Saturday is gonna make a year since I lost my brother. And I kind of just want to dedicate today to him and the show because, in the end of the day, you know, we all fought through a pandemic, but we also have been fighting our inner demons. Try to do better for ourselves, and not everyone has had not the honor, but not everyone got lucky to make it through the last couple of years. Um, and to just kind of, tell each other that, like, I'm grateful to have you guys here. The fact that we made it through this so far, like, I'm blessed, to have you guys as my work brothers, as my family, for the last few years. So I just kind of want to throw that in to kind of kick off the night. But now that I'm done being sentimental and dedicating this shit, how the fuck are you, motherfuckers?
I'm chilling, yo.
Hey,
Chilling, just living hell in the game, playing the fucking game all day. For
yeah,
real.
We,
I've
ooh,
been grinding. I've been grinding trying to finish this album. That's in
That's a
Ebony Eye's
fact too.
album, and
and
That's a
mixing
fact.
Mike and
I
mixing
have
your
been. I
classic
have been.
stuff too.
I've been writing shit too, so
I'm
I've been doing a little bit of that.
so so we're almost there to August though. I got
Oh,
something on.
it'll be done before August for
Yeah,
sure.
way before that. Like, and my joint be done by
Within
the
the
end of the
next
month.
2 months, my shit should be done. Then in the next 2 months, I should be finished.
Okay, so you're gonna be catching the Michael Bostic and Live Johnson EDC World Tour.
Pretty much,
That shit
it
starts. That shit starts April 14th.
facts. Like,
Oh, we doing that? We are all right. So what, Mikey? What's on April 14th?
Yo, so there's a concert that Welcome to the Rawrrzone is throwing for Rawrzone's fifth anniversary. So the lineup is wild, crazy.
All right.
Like We
We got
got we got Live Johnson. We got Coney Brooks. We got Yano. We got Richard Picasso. We got Daylight. We got
Ezra.
S Rock. We got who else am I missing?
You.
Oh, and myself. Correct. Correct. We got every and myself. Um, that's April the 14th. Get those tickets. Every artist that's on the bill has the Eventbrite link so you can support your individual artists that you came out to support. You can support any of the artists on the bill if you just want to shoot us some ticket money. We got
That was
sponsorships for anybody who wants to be sponsorship. We have sponsorship packages,
and vendor table.
um, vendor tables. We got all these openings for y'all to come out and just support this fifth anniversary and get your business out there. I promise you, you're gonna come out there and you're gonna make some money. So come on out and you're gonna enjoy a concert because there's a lineup. I don't think we've had a dope lineup like this.
We have Busy too, but Busy needs to send me the photo.
Yeah,
Oh,
oh right,
my
we
God,
got
busy.
Busy B
Oh
too.
shit.
That's why
So
Busy
this is
doesn't
a
have.
lineup. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man,
So
I gotta
yeah, I
come on.
gotta come on and you gotta come on out and support. You gotta come on out and support. It's gonna be crazy.
And
It's
all I
gonna be
know,
crazy.
Michael Bostic said it requires a chair.
Who
So
said that?
Share.
I heard
Who said
chair.
my son?
I heard shit's gonna be dangerous.
Who said my shit required a chair?
It's gonna be dangerous.
I don't know what y'all are talking about. I don't know.
Yo.
I have no
Strippers.
idea.
There's
That
gonna be
is
strippers.
an unsubstantiated rumor.
So no strippers.
I'm gonna come up there. I'm gonna sing my songs and I'm gonna get my ass off the stage. So,
And host the event. Don't forget host the event.
and host the event. And host the event.
Cause Katie already got a host and take video. Yo, we played
Host the
double roll. Yo, we're fucking awesome. 5 years in, Mikey.
yeah.
Yo,
Shit.
live,
But
you
yo,
been there since like year one.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. It's been a
That's
journey for real.
kind of weird.
It's been a journey. I didn't even realize it's been 5 years.
He really has.
it flew by.
You
It
know,
flew by.
some people came and went. Oh yeah, we starting petty today.
Okay.
Some people came and went. You
Can we
still
put the
here.
disclaimer that if it gets petty to a certain degree, that Mikey will clap this person and go to farmers and not care?
Oh,
I'm
Did
on
that?
we're
farmers
gonna
every
put
day.
we're gonna put
I'm
locations
on.
on
I'm on.
live.
Listen. I'm on farmers every day going to work. I'm not thinking about
That's
that
what we
dude.
doing.
I don't give a shit about that dude. I don't want to
I'm
speak about
just
that
saying it
dude.
before y'all get petty and
It
that comes
it
up.
is
I
yo. It
mean,
is yo.
I
Listen, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this on air, and this is the last time I'm gonna ever talk about this nigga ever again, bro. And I promise y'all this right now. There's no fucking love lost. There's no love found. He could go his way. I'm gonna go my way.
So wait, when you be
perfect
saying
way.
last week's
That's a
episode,
perfect way
but
of
last
putting
That
it.
week's
that
episode, you
every
weren't saying kumbaya like
not
this.
no. You know why? Because everything happens for a reason. And even I said it. You come into these relationships with people and you expect these relationships to last and they technically aren't supposed to and because I now know that that was a relationship that wasn't meant to last, it doesn't bother me anymore.
Mm,
It doesn't affect me, and I won't let it affect how I move daily anymore. You
growth.
know what I'm saying? I give more power to that bullshit by just responding to it in the way that I do than if I just left it alone.
Growth.
You know what I'm saying? It's not worth the trouble for either one of them niggas. For either one of them niggas. Niggas made their choice. Niggas crossed the lines they wanted to cross. Niggas said the things that they wanted to say and they did the things that they want to do. And they don't want to fess up and own up to their part on the breakdown of the relationship. So that's okay. Niggas have their narrative and I'm gonna keep mine. And that's it.
And That sometimes that's
There's
all that's
no, there's
needed.
no, there's no beef. There's no none of that, bro. Niggas want to feel the way they want to feel. They want to, do the things they want to do. They want to speak the way they want to speak. That's on them. There's
Don't
also
die.
consequences. There's also consequences to every action. So, when in turn with me saying that, if anything escalates beyond that, it's not my fault, and I just leave it at that.
All right, that was very mature of you, sir.
Very, very.
I'm proud of you.
I just, I'll be honest with you, y'all, and since we on the live, I guess, and we have a homie talk, I guess we could just rap about that since we on it. Yo, I don't have the energy to talk about people or be in spaces with people that don't fuck with me or that
Same
don't
here.
fuck with y'all or that
Same
don't
here.
fuck with y'all. I couldn't be in a comfortable space knowing that I would still have a relationship with people that don't fuck with people that I fuck with. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Like especially people that are close to me. So anybody that don't fuck with y'all, they don't fuck with me. Especially if I don't if it's a nigga that I don't know, if it's people that I don't know and people that just don't fuck with y'all, they automatically don't fuck with me. Them niggas can never come in my direction. Can never. For no reason. But just to spite them because they don't fuck with y'all. So the energy that I put in trying to repair relationships and fix things, I'm not for that no more. And if y'all don't fuck with me, y'all show me y'all don't fuck with me. And that's what it is.
I'm
Seasonal
just not.
niggas. I don't have time for them.
Can we just talk about it like professionally when people want to work with you though, and like they want to act like shit didn't happen?
Oh, I could chime on that easily. Um, Here's my thing with that, and anybody could take, and whoever's watching it, they could take offense or whatever. I feel that if you know that you did something, you know that you said something or did something, right? And you didn't make your way to repair what was damaged, then why have the audacity to hit us up or hit anybody up and say, let's work, or yo, come out to my event, or yo, can we chill? Like what? Like what
I'll
world do
answer
we
that.
live
I'll
in?
answer that question. I'll
You know
answer
what I
that
mean?
question for you. I'll answer that question for you with one simple statement. Cowards think time is an apology. And y'all gotta hear what I said to you. Cowards think that time
I like
is
that.
an apology. So a motherfucker will do something dirty to you, and not speak to you. I'll give you a perfect example. If a nigga owe you money, if a
Yeah,
nigga, let's say it's $5. You gave a nigga $5. He said, "Yo, I'm gonna pay you back. I'm gonna pay you back. I'm gonna pay you back." Every time you see you, yo, I'm gonna pay you back. Never pays you back. A year goes by, you don't see the nigga. The nigga comes back after that year and says, "Yo, can I borrow $5?" As if that means you apologize to me for the money you ain't give me. You ain't give me back the money and now you asking me
yeah,
because now a time is going by. That's what cowards do. Cowards wait a certain amount of time and then they'll say, "Oh well, he must be over it because I'm over it, so I ain't gotta say I'm sorry, but that's my sorry."
yeah.
And then come up to you, and act like nothing has happened, nothing
Nothing,
has changed,
like nothing has changed. Like
like shit,
like the
everything
hurt
is all
wasn't there.
good.
Like the
Cowards think
scars.
time is an apology.
Yeah.
That's some shit I learned. That's some shit I learned when I was locked up. Somebody had told me that. It's like, yo,
Mm,
cowards think time is an apology. They'll wait forever and ever, and won't say nothing to you and act like y'all niggas is cool and y'all really not.
yeah. Yeah.
You're really not.
Yeah.
That's why I always say I say certain things, especially to you guys, because I stress on those things because I've been through it. That goes into exactly why niggas shouldn't be on. If niggas don't fuck with you, then let them niggas go.
Oh, yep.
Cause that's
Yep.
them the same niggas that'll be on some yo. Uh, 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 Katie got an opportunity. Katie give him an opportunity to get on a show or something or whatever. Not this show, but just in general. Give him an opportunity to get on the show, and the
But
nigga will
that
say
did
nah, and he'll say nah a million times. and say nah a million times. But as soon as fucking Coney Brooks is on the bill, the nigga want to get on.
Mm.
That nigga has no respect for your brand. He has respect for the brands that's on the shit. You don't have no respect for your brand. Cause how the nigga gonna say no a million times, but the first time somebody big or somebody that they can chase clout off of is on the bill, they want to be a part of it. That's why I be trying to get everybody, not even just you guys, but people in general to see is that niggas don't respect. If niggas don't respect you, they showing y'all in your face they don't respect you. They're showing you. You can't. We can't. What do we? What? Yo, the first time a nigga say no to me, I'm moving on.
Yep.
What's the point? What's the point in me coming back again later on with an opportunity and asking for an opportunity when you told me no to the first one?
Yep. Moving right along, pretty much.
Move the fuck along. And niggas don't have to tell you no physically. No, the word no doesn't have to come out their mouth for them to tell you no. Their actions is gonna tell you no every time. Every time. That's why the people that people come and go. They come and go. They come and go. We don't have to latch on to everybody so tight just because they cross our path. Everybody that's a rapper, everybody that's a singer, everybody that does media or whatever. We don't have to latch onto them as if, yo, I don't know anybody else but this core group of people. So that's how I gotta stay with them. And then when you lose them, it's up in arms. Yo, let them niggas go.
Facts.
Let them niggas go. It's 7 billion people in the world. And we worried about the 25 that we know in the fucking indie circle? The 30? 7 billion people. Fuck them. Let them go.
You know, if anything that taught me last year when we linked up with when you linked up with Jay is sometimes meeting new people is what's best for you.
Yo,
Go
you
go
never know.
you never know
You
who you're
never
gonna
know
bump
what
into.
somebody right. You never know what somebody outside of your norm can do for you. You know what I'm saying? I would have never thought that being with Janelle would open the doors that it opened. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that that was the intent of the relationship,
Yeah.
but just mentally the doors that open for me would you never know these people that you're around all the time 24/7. That shit can drain you, bro. That shit, the people
Oh
can
yeah.
drain you, especially like I was just, I forget who I was telling. Maybe it was Janelle. Yo, once this shit started seeming like work, yo, niggas lost interest, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Once this music shit started seeming like work, niggas lost interest, bro. Niggas didn't
Yeah.
want to. Why you think it took me so long to even just get into the zone of wanting to create or do music and shit, bro? I had no real desire to do this shit, bro. I had to get in a better headspace.
Yeah. And
I had to
and
get in a
be
better headspace,
and
bro.
definitely be around better energy too. Just to have that
Right. The
energy.
energy had to be better. I definitely had to be around better energy. I had to be around people whose energy was aligned with mine and also doing the same shit that I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? But maybe not even so much in that capacity. Just being in the circle with Janelle showed me things about our circle. You know what I'm saying? Just watching how her circle moves, it showed me things about our shit. I'm like, yo, like these niggas moved just as bad as we fucking do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at them,
Yep.
but now instead of looking at it through a lens of like, yo, these are my core group, these are my niggas, this is the business, this is what we doing, blah blah blah. From the outsider, me being the outsider and I'm looking at their shit like, oh, this is what not to do. You see what I'm saying? You never know with just being like you sitting in a circle with the same, same niggas all the time doing the same shit all the time with the same people. That shit gets redundant. Like you start
Mm-hmm.
doing and sounding alike and acting alike and shit never starts moving. It never starts moving. Niggas have to break apart from this circle and the cycle You know what I'm saying? It becomes too much.
But see, that's why I always told you guys, even when we work musically, because you guys would have your moments where, yes, I'm ready, I'm in the music, I'm in the music, let's do this. And then y'all shut down. So, me,
Yeah,
when I sing, let's go outside of the normal circle, let's go to different markets. It doesn't, I'm finding shit off of Instagram. I don't know who they know,
yeah.
you
You know
know?
what? Sometimes though, you know what? Sometimes it doesn't necessarily even have to be like the inspiration with the music. It's different in a way because the idea of creation, um, um, especially something from scratch, that's inspirational. Like the inspiration has to be there. So once you lose that inspiration, that shit it's hard to get back. It's hard to get back. So sometimes you go through those slumps where it's like unless it's a money thing for you and you're like, yo, this is my livelihood, and you can turn that switch on and off. Like all of us do this shit with emotion. Like our music is not just watered down cookie cutter. Let it sound like this and try to get put on type like that's not what our music is cultivated from. Our
Yeah,
music, for the most part of everybody in the scene, it comes from our experiences and things that we've learned and things that we've encountered and when that inspiration goes, when that life shit happens, yo, it's hard to get back into that mindset of like, yo, where can I be at to create what I wanted to create? Because I give you an example. When me and Janelle first got together and live will attest to this shit. Yo, I was writing nothing but happy
Yeah,
shit all the time, all the fuck, everything was fucking happy, all
I
this
got
shit,
you
all this shit. Ask me where that music is right now.
mm,
Ask me what I'm doing with that right now.
putting it to the
nowhere.
project.
Absolutely not.
Nah, nah, it's not that.
Absolutely not.
He's in another zone right
None.
now.
My the space that I wanted to be in, I finally got into that space. It just I had to figure out how to get there. So that motivation I needed, I was trying to pull it from different things. So I figured, maybe I needed to be happy. So I was doing all the happy shit. I was doing the happy shit all the time. I was staying maintaining myself happy, doing things for myself to keep myself happy. And it was coming out in the music, but then that's not the story I wanted to tell. So it was like, yo, what the fuck? Like, I don't have the inspiration to get into the mindset of telling the story that I wanted to tell
Yeah.
until recently. And now it's coming out because that's where the inspiration came from.
Mm,
That's where that came from. So that's why it's so hard as an artist, as someone who knows music and understands music to try to keep shit like business in that sense. Because like I said, once that shit becomes business, I lose interest. Once that shit starts, when I start seeing dollar signs and money and what this is gonna do and what's this, and yo, I lose interest. Yo, I don't give a fuck no more.
and
I don't
it
want. I
kills
don't
the
give a fuck about this
creativity.
shit. Right?
It
I
kills.
don't care about that
It
shit.
kills it.
That's not
Yeah.
what I. That's not what I do this for. Like I'll shell out as much money to make the music that I want to make, and wouldn't give a fuck if I don't get a dime back. And I know that's not the right way to think about it, but it is what it is. That's why I do music. If I do get money for it, then cool. You know what I'm saying? But that's not why I do music. I would love for this shit to make it a full-time job, but I know at this point in my career, I'm not gonna make what I put out. There's so much more to what I have to do to get there. You know what I'm saying? To get to that point. So it's just for me now when that shit starts sounding business at almost 40 years old, I don't want to do that shit. Fuck am I starting a music business shit at 40 years old?
But see, and that's what you and I had talked about right in the beginning when we started working together,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because you and me working together was the most random thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Nah, it wasn't that random. I don't think it was that random.
yeah, it was because who you if you said 3 years ago, when you came on board to do Rawrrzone. If you were gonna sit here and be media 3 years later, you would have told me no, the fuck no.
Eh, no, because I think low key it was always for me the plan to do media or to do podcasting or do something because coming out of prison, I knew the music shit wasn't long for me. You know what I'm saying? Like my love for it was already long, like past. Like I'm starting to get the love back for it, but like my like true love for it, like that shit was long gone.
And the
Like
thing with
how I
love,
used to when I was a kid, it was long ago. Once I once I when I put a love story out and I put it on Bandcamp and I started making money from it, that's when I started losing my interest in music. When money became involved.
Mm.
That's when my interest and my love and like nigga, when I lived in Georgia, yo, I used to write a song every day. I
Oh
used
shit!
to
I didn't
find
even
an
know you lived in
instrumental.
Jersey.
No, in Georgia, in Georgia,
Oh, Georgia. Oh,
Georgia.
oh, I was
Yeah,
about to
when I
say,
stayed in Atlanta, and when I stayed, yeah, I wrote a song every day, dog. I would find an instrumental on SoundCloud, SoundClick, YouTube, something, and I'll write to it every day, bro. Every single day. I have notebooks full of just fucking bars and verses and hooks and all kind of shit. All kind of shit.
yeah.
Once that shit became once the money got involved in that shit, I didn't care no more.
Plus, she wasn't around the scene either. You
Right.
know.
And that was another thing. I wasn't around the scene no more. Wasn't around the scene. And the scene in Atlanta was totally different. And I really wasn't trying to fuck with them on that type of time.
You know, it's crazy. I think I lost that love after Living Legend came out, where it's like, everybody knows who I am, and I feed off more so the element of surprise, where, oh my god, I ain't know this dude did this. Like that's where I feed off. When everybody started knowing who I am and what I do, it just was like I kind of lost that element, and it's like, all right, what else is there to do?
Right.
You know, so
But that's because at the point that you're at versus the point where I'm at,
yeah,
you already should be out of the scene.
agreed.
You should already be traveling, hitting different spots, hitting, different states, touring, things like that. Where I'm at, I'm moving up to that level. You know what I'm saying? I'm still getting confident on stage. I'm still trying to figure out what type of songs work on stage, things like that, where you already kind of low key have a set that you can do every time you get on the stage.
Yeah,
And
you do
it'll
have a
fucking
point.
rock. It'll
Yeah,
fucking rock. But when you get on stage in New York, who are you rapping for? You rapping for the same niggas.
same people,
So of course
same
everybody's
people.
gonna know you. You've been rapping for the same niggas for the past 10 years, 10 plus years.
Yeah,
So it's like, yo, like you should already be venturing out here, doing a show Connecticut, do a show in Jersey, do a show in PA, do an interview here, do an interview there, outside of where you at, because that's where niggas don't know you at.
yep,
That's where niggas don't know you at. And that's where the people will start to say, yo, I wanna book you for this show here in Pennsylvania. You get with a radio host or whatever. Yo, I got another interviewer. He does a similar show. He'll like your shit. I'll
yeah,
get you on. Blah blah blah. And that's how that moves. It just starts with now that you've conquered the area that you have. You may not be in the popularity bracket that you may want to be in the scene, but you're at a spot more enough where you can branch out and do other things outside of the scene.
yeah.
Fuck what these niggas is saying in the scene. Fuck what they talking about. Fuck a list. Fuck all of that shit. All of that shit they talk about is bullshit. It's
Oh yeah,
cool. That's what they. It's their
that
opinion.
list shit
Listen,
is
I
crazy.
don't never. Nah, I don't have no. Nah, 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 nah.
Nah,
I don't have no problem. I don't
yeah,
have no problem with niggas making a list of who they feel is next up.
yeah,
There's never anything wrong with people making a list of people that they feel
mhm,
are at a tier that you may not be in there. But
yeah,
that means that's nothing for anybody to really get mad about. all that is means is that if you want that person to notice you, then you have to do something to make that person notice you.
Yeah.
Or
And,
if you don't
and
care, if you don't care, then you move on from it. Because if you don't care, then there's no need for a reaction. You feel me? Like if you do, it's okay to care. It's okay to see things and feel a way about them. It's okay to feel left out. There's nothing wrong with that. But
Yeah.
if that's an issue or if that's a problem, then you as the creator have to do something to make sure that your creation reaches that person.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? But if you don't care, then it don't matter. You feel what I'm saying? It's time to move on. Like people can make their list. That's fine. It's an
Yeah.
opinion. It doesn't. Those things don't hold weight. Just like when Sparrow had did his list and everybody was up in arms, and then I spoke to Sparrow and Sparrow said, he said, "Yo, these are people that when I go to events, when I go to these shows, I get invited to their studio sessions. I get invited here. I get these niggas are all. These are the same niggas I see at every fucking showcase.
Yeah. But can I
I
say
don't.
something?
So all of these. He said all these niggas that's in my DM hitting me up, blah blah blah, all of that shit. You know, Sparrow. They could all go to hell, of course. But he's like, yo, I don't see them niggas outside. So how do I know what the fuck you're doing?
They doing.
He's like,
Yeah.
yo, you could be the nicest rapper on earth, but if you inside your house, what does that mean?
Yeah. But
What does it
here's
mean?
it's crazy now that we bringing this up. I want to say something about this listing. So compared to Sparrow's list and individual list, Sparrow is more on a wider audience set, right? Like he's not his opinions is based on who he doesn't know, what he sees. Most of these lists that I see are based off the circles that they're in, and that's cool.
But
That's
but
my
that's
only
because
problem
but
with
that's
that.
because niggas don't. But that's because niggas don't branch out. That's because
Yeah,
niggas don't branch out. But once again, that's okay too.
yeah,
That's okay too, because we have to also remember that these lists are being curated by people who are in the same tax bracket that we're in.
agreed,
These people are people that have 9 to 5 jobs just like we had.
agreed.
So their list essentially doesn't really hold any type of weight. It's their opinion, and that's okay.
Yeah,
That's why everybody getting up in arms and arguing and fighting about, oh, I should be on this list. I should be on your list. You hating. You only fuck with your friends on the list. So fucking what? Then why don't you make a list and post it on fucking Facebook with all your friends on the shit and say, these are the 10 niggas that I say are gonna be on top. And then both of y'all niggas could look like idiots. You see what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
this is y'all want to fight and argue over a list that's made off of their opinion, off of who
yeah.
somebody sees. It doesn't make sense to argue and fight about shit. There's so much other shit going on in the world today that we got to sit here and worry about and fight about.
a- Agreed.
The fucking top 10 indie rappers list made by a fucking indie rapper. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
ooh, ooh, I know what we could talk about though.
What can we talk about?
We could talk about higher tier rappers who tell people to suck their dick.
Oh gosh, we gonna really do that?
Y'all already know how I feel, and anybody
Yeah.
who's watching that's not from New York need to understand that that suck my dick line. And I'm gonna be real with you. Let me tell you something right now. Go back and watch that interview.
Yeah, I
Go
watched
back
it
and
this week.
watch that. Go back and watch that interview.
All
Anybody
right.
who's watching, we're talking about the
So
Slaughterhouse interview, sans Crooked Eye. So for anybody
so
who hasn't heard, Crooked Eye and Joel Ortiz
I
had
put
went
it
ahead and created a Slaughterhouse album together,
called the Rise and
um,
Fall of Slaughterhouse.
of Slaughterhouse without Joe Budden and without Royce the
What's
Five
the five
Nine.
nine? Yep.
So the other day, I think it was Friday or Saturday, um,
It was Saturday.
All right, Button and Royce got on a live. Joel jumped on, and they all started talking about the situation. They were going back and forth about whether or not someone was told about a contract, or told about a deal, or told about it. But long story short, it ended off with Mr. Button saying,
I have the quote here.
"Joel sucked my dick." He said, Joel said, "Support the album. Go get the album. Tell niggas support the album." He said, "Nigga, you can suck my dick."
Yeah.
He wrote, "Tell
And
him, tell,
Joel said, "Nigga, that what you just said? You gonna wish you never said that." And clicked off.
Oh
so
man.
what was said here, according to Hip Hop DX, because they transcribed the
Okay.
conversation. Tell him what album? Suck my dick. Are you kidding me, button ass? You want people to listen to this clown show? Ortiz rapidly fired back. Can someone say the N word for me? I'm Caucasian. I can't do
So
it.
he said, "Nigga, suck
Nigga,
my
suck
dick."
my dick.
He
Yep.
said, "Nigga,
Don't
suck
go.
my dick."
And
Yep.
then he wrote, "Don't go there. Don't do that."
Right. So to my point before, anybody who's watching that's not from the tri-state area, but specifically New York and New Jersey, suck my dick is probably the worst thing you could say to a person. It's probably the worst thing you could say in that area. That can't come out your mouth for anything unless you with your girl, brother. Don't say that shit
Yep.
out loud to
Yep.
nobody in a derogatory word. So if you look back at that video when Joe had said that, already knew he was gonna say it. You could tell how he was coming from. Joe was from Jersey.
Yeah.
So you could already tell the way he crouched down like this, and that shit came from the soul.
He
Now,
kept holding his
two
head
things,
too.
He sure did.
right?
It sure came from the soul.
Two things. If you
This.
notice, Royce didn't budge off that. Royce
Yeah, because
didn't
he
budge
kept
off that.
asking, but who, but where did they say it? But who did you have the conversation with?
Right, right. That's all
I
he was
did,
saying the whole time.
did
But
I know
if you
about this? No.
notice, after Joe had said suck my dick, Royce didn't budge. That shit didn't phase him. That
Yeah.
shit didn't phase him. But Joel, that shit hit
It
a
snapped.
fucking nerve to that New York nigga right there. Hit
Yeah.
a fucking nerve. Yo, you cannot, bro. That's so disrespectful, dog. So disrespectful.
Unless it
And
be,
I guarantee and I'm sure
It's
them
a,
niggas talked it out. I'm sure them niggas called each other and they talked it out.
I
I'm
I
hope
sure
they
doubt
them
did,
it.
niggas
because
called
that
and
could get
talked it out.
ugly. I hope they
I'm
did,
sure
because
them
that could
niggas called and
really get
talked it out
ugly
because
in a minute.
I know Joe was on that type of time. Because if not, there would have been diss tracks out already. We know how all four of them niggas get down.
Yeah,
So
but
there's
he's retired though. He's
who
not gonna. Button's
Joe Budden
retired.
is
He
actually
can
Joe
retired.
make
Budden. Listen, Joe Budden was ready to get on that fucking album.
Yep.
Joe Budden was ready to get on that fucking album. Joe Budden just didn't have. According to him, he didn't like the money. He didn't like what the fuck the money was talking. And so when they presented him the deal, that's why he was saying, "What deal? The deal? There was no fucking deal." Is that y'all
But this
niggas
shit,
wanted a bag? That niggas got a bag,
this
huh?
album, honestly though, but I could see why um Joe and Royce were getting mad though, because you got to think about the other side of it, right? The business side. They put in out a whole album about Slaughterhouse without the other um people's
They
permission.
shouldn't. It shouldn't be able. It shouldn't be able to be called a Slaughterhouse album
Yeah.
That's the point. That's the point that
because
Joe's
it's,
trying to make because they started all this and he goes and says, "What logo do you have?"
Yeah. That part
Joe,
struck out to me the most. The logo
Joel
part.
Ortiz don't got a logo. Cricket don't got a logo.
Mhm,
Okay, Joe Budden got a logo for Joe Budden. I'm
mhm,
pretty sure Royce the 5'9" has something for whatever Royce the 5'9" be doing.
mhm,
Oh, he definitely
mhm.
has a logo. Definitely.
Okay, but the Slaughterhouse name can't get touched unless four people agree on that.
Right. I
That's
mean,
like
that's not always necessarily true because you do have situations where you have groups that break up, they bring new members in, they go on without them, things like that, and that that's just a different thing. I think these niggas are more on the principle of the shit.
Yeah,
It's not
that's
so
what I
much
think from it
about.
too.
It's not so much about because this low key just seems like on some man shit. For real, for real. Like business wise, of course, I that's there's business to it too. But this just really seems like, yo, y'all niggas disrespected us as men. Type shit. Like, how
Yeah,
y'all gonna have a fucking Slaughterhouse album and not have us on the fucking album?
or
You know what
even
I'm saying?
have the
And that's
conversation.
really just. I think they're masking it as a business thing. That's really just on some man shit.
yeah,
That's like if Live was to do some EDC album and I'm not on the shit.
yeah. Yep,
Like, yo, like
yep.
what you mean? Like,
The
how
blasphemy.
can that be? How can that be? Like like I wouldn't even be so mad so much that he did an album. I just mad fucking EDC is on the fucking title of the album and I'm not on the shit.
He's not on it.
What you
Yep.
mean? How can
And I
that be
didn't have no
possible?
conversation with him. That would
Right.
look crazy.
Like them niggas can't be out of nowhere just on some yo, I wanna be mad now. You know what I'm saying? Like there has to be some truth behind that for them niggas to feel the way they feel. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't understand like why that's a hard concept. And maybe I don't know what Joel knows or what kind of that's why it's so hard to go and do deals and them niggas is a group and they ain't go together to do it.
Yeah,
How do they have how does Joel get a record deal or some kind of deal for Slaughterhouse and them two niggas don't know about it? How the fuck does
yeah.
that work? How like I don't get that. Like how do they not know?
It sounds like somebody's
Especially if Joe is retired. How does
it, it
that
sounds
happen? How does that work?
it sounds like somebody's integrity is in question. That's what it sounds like to
I
me.
don't even know if it's that. I just think that we don't know the full story, and maybe I feel like that's a problem with egos. That's where the
Yeah,
egos and shit come. Egos like everybody got their own personality. That you might be not so. I don't want to say the word afraid, but niggas might be afraid to say something to one because of how they react and blah 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 things like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why it's so hard. Like with these group shows, so hard because that's just you took four solo artists
And you put them
from
together.
different parts of the fucking globe.
yeah. Well, United States,
Yeah, different parts
technically.
of the United States, different parts of the country.
It's the same shit right now, live.
No, he's right though.
Look, I just want to
Different
be
parts of the
technical.
country.
Yo,
I just
And,
want to be technical.
and,
You know?
the United States, the whole United Nations, because everyone and the mother comes here.
yeah, I don't fucking know why, but
I mean, would you rather be in Russia right now?
Well, you mean Ukraine? Because right now it seems
yeah,
like
right.
Russia ain't
It is
moving
right.
no
Yeah, it's Russia. I'd be okay if I was in Russia and I wasn't fighting. Yeah, I'd rather be in Russia than the fucking United
I'm
States.
pretty sure there's some crazy draft that's making everyone go there. Oh, shout out
Mhm.
for Fuma Mucho. She had a character.
Hold up.
What out though?
But yeah, yo, that's it's an unfortunate incident that I really hope they can really solve, yo, because they're a really good group, and like even like he said, they was waiting to get off Shady, and that was a thing, and it was just wild. I
You
feel
think
bad
it?
for the guys because it's a bag, yo, and that's a real good bag for the four of
Hmm.
them
You
to
think it's
do on something that they love.
yeah, I think it's lack of communication between the four. That's why
Wherever, there's
they're
always
coming
Absolutely,
out ahead.
that's usually what happens.
absolutely. You know what I think? I'll be honest with you. As much as I love Joe, once Joe got that podcast money, nigga wasn't thinking about this rapping
Thinking
shit
about
no more.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
He
no,
wasn't thinking about this rap shit no more. And I don't think he legitimately ever thought that he would do it, but low key never thought that they would put out an album under Slaughterhouse. Because he said the last one they did together, they didn't put it out as Slaughterhouse. Crooked Eye and
yeah.
Joel Ortiz did one. So he said they didn't call it a Slaughterhouse. So that's why he was like, I'm trying to figure out why you're calling it a Slaughterhouse album now. But I think Joe just once he realized that he's on a different tier than the rest of them niggas as far as like popularity. There's certain things that he don't care about. He's not as much as a bag that he's missing from that slaughterhouse. You think he's caring about that? Think he cares
Like,
about that shit? You feel what
nah,
I'm
I doubt
saying?
he is. I think Joe is just, it's
Because
many
if it
times
was
there's
really
Joe
if
that
it was
Joe
if it
wild
was
out on
really a
people.
bag that he needed, if it was
Yeah,
really a bag that he needed, he would have did it.
yeah,
He would have did the album. He would have made sure that worked.
yeah,
He didn't need the bag.
yeah. You know, it's an unfortunate situation.
He
Somebody
always
said
off
he's
on the
off his
fucking
meds.
meds.
Yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
always
His
off
son
his
is
meds.
gone. Like he's,
He always off his meds.
you know, the same thing could be said for his own podcast when what's the other two dudes that was on it?
Oh, Rory and Maul.
Rory and Maul, yeah, they came to a head too at one point, and it turned into a he said she said thing when it came. And I think that was mostly with business, like that wasn't nothing personal. That
It was a
was all
whole
business.
business.
It was something about their contracts and shit,
And
right?
contracts, yeah, it was
So
something crazy. Like
it started from the Spotify thing.
yes,
Um, where Spotify wanted all the royalties, I believe it was, to the Joe Budden podcast.
Uh-huh.
And then I believe it was Rory that asked Joe to see the books, and Joe fired him on air.
Yeah, he fired him on the air. That's right.
on it, yeah, wildly too.
Yeah, he fired that nigga on the air. He saw that nigga kick rocks. That's a fact. That was wild. It's a wild little saga. Then the nigga say he was bisexual. Nigga came out on air.
That situation was wild.
Is it me or did Rory look like Mac Miller?
He does a little bit. He does a little bit.
Yo, I look at Rory, I look at Fez from Euphoria, and I look at Mac Miller, and I feel like they're all
Anybody
each other.
watch their podcast? Y'all watch their podcast? You
I
seen their
seen it.
podcast?
Rory Mal, yeah, I seen like 1 or 2 episodes when
It's
the
okay.
episode when Rory Mal explained the whole situation with Joe and then something else. Yeah, I kind of lost interest, to be honest.
Well, let me tell you something real quick. If it wasn't for the Joe Budden podcast, would y'all know who Rory and Mal is?
No.
That's why you're not interested. Who are
And
them niggas? Who
I
are
don't
they?
think they bad. They just gel better with Joe. It just it
Yo,
just feels,
who are they? Where did they come from?
well,
Who
I
are
know
they? Who?
I know one of them is Joe Budden's man's from the neighborhood, and the other one
Right.
I think he was doing some shit industry wise, but I don't remember honestly. He was doing something before he came to the Joe Budden podcast.
But them niggas was like doing behind the scenes industry shit.
Yeah,
Them
they
niggas are
wasn't.
not like known actors or known rappers or nothing like that, right?
Nope.
Nobody. So if niggas in casual conversation was before they were on a Joe Budden podcast, ask yo, you know this nigga named Rory? He rolled with fucking Joe Budden. Niggas want to know who the fuck they are. Exactly. That's
Agreed.
why nobody watches this shit.
Yeah.
That's why you lose interest. Nobody. Who are they? People listen to Joe Budden because we've grown up with Joe Budden. We watched Joe Budden over 20 years as a rapper on TV, fighting with Tahiri, fighting with Sin, fighting. So we've kind of, in a way, gotten a glimpse into his life. So we
Yeah.
kind of feel like we know who Joe Budden is. We do not know who them other niggas are. We do not know who Rory and Mal is. So who are they to give any type of advice on anything? I'll give you another perfect example. Fucking Peter Guns.
Mm.
This nigga is the host of Cheetahs. This nigga here is the host of Cheetahs. Now, who is better to host Cheaters than fucking
Than him.
Peter Guns.
Than him.
Who better than host Cheaters? Yo, when I promise you, if you ever watch an episode of Cheaters with Peter Guns, you will never want to watch another episode of Cheaters without Peter Guns. I promise
Agreed.
you. Literally the best host for Cheaters, period. Top.
Was he a cheater himself?
Nigga. What?
Was he? Was he?
He's the ultra. He's at the top of the top.
He was the top of the top. Yeah.
This
nigga gave Tara and Amina. Oh no. That was what you call it? That was Stevie J.
Hey, yeah.
Gave Jocelyn and fucking what's her name a ring on both of them a ring on the same day at the same time. But Joe Budden did some.
It was Mimi.
But it was Mimi. Right. But Peter did some wild shit too. Peter had Tara and Amina pregnant at the same time. Yeah, I mean at the same time.
Never forget that shit. We never go
pregnant at the same time. The nigga was getting caught cheating every season. Every fucking season, bro. But he's perfect host. But that's because we know who the fuck he is.
Yep.
If we didn't see that nigga on fucking Love and Hip Hop, and we didn't really get into this, that would just be the nigga with the one hit wonder nigga from the Bronx.
The Uptown song, yep.
Yeah. It'd be the one hit wonder nigga from the Bronx. Nobody would know who the fuck Peter Guns is. He'd be Corey Guns' dad. Oh, that's Corey Guns' dad.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where that goes. That's where that goes.
Yo, live. So 50 leaving Starz, bro.
I'm not surprised. I mean,
I think he said he was been having problems with Starz.
Yeah, he been saying it. But when you have a hot show, you can really literally take what you got wherever you want to go.
That's a fact. He'll be good. Somebody will pick your shit up.
Yeah, I mean, everybody watch Power. Like someone's gonna pick him up.
He'll fuck. He'll fuck the game up. He'll fuck the game up if he brings that shit to like any streaming service that he brings that shit to. Their fucking shit will go up. Their shit will go up. Their subscription will go up.
Yep.
Where do you see Power going?
HBO Max.
I think so too. Yeah, I can see that too. HBO Max.
HBO Max or Hulu. Yeah. Once you come off a spot like Starz, you gotta go to something similar. So it'd be HBO Max, Cinemax, maybe not Paramount.
Nah.
But something that has similar content. Something that has like similar content. So it'd be like it probably low key just HBO Max or Hulu.
Hulu, yeah.
HBO Max or Hulu. Yeah.
I don't see it for Netflix because nobody ain't gonna.
Nah, Netflix it wouldn't go for Netflix. I can't see Netflix getting that.
Yo, why
we need that suspense. We need that suspense.
Netflix is trash.
Really?
Yo, Netflix.
I can't remember the last time I used Netflix.
There's some shows that are hit or miss there, but I mean,
I don't fuck with Netflix, bro. I haven't fucked with Netflix in years, really. If there's a show that's on that everybody's watching on Netflix, I'll watch. But other than that,
I mean, they did well with Squid Games.
That was the last show that I watched on fucking Netflix. With Squid Game. That was the last fucking show.
Damn.
Yep. I haven't watched nothing on Netflix since. Mikey uses Netflix more than I do.
Mommy
uses Netflix. Yeah, I don't use Netflix. I do. So my main subscriptions are that I use the most is Hulu.
Definitely Hulu. For
HBO.
Mm-hmm.
Hulu, HBO Max.
Disney.
I don't use Disney unless a Marvel show is out. I don't use it.
Yeah.
I'll use it unless something Marvel is dropping. And Peacock. Peacock. I use. Peacock is hard if you're a wrestling fan. If you love wrestling, Peacock is the way to go. WWE all day. I was just saying before we jumped on, I was like, yo, I'm in the mood to watch some old shit. I had just watched the SmackDown with John Cena debut.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I had watched that. I had watched that. The 2002 was like July 15th, 2002, and it was crazy. That was the same. That same day was the day we got Ball Kurt Angle. He debuted that day. John Cena debuted and fought him very next, and then it was the in-ring debut of Batista, all in the same day. Shit was
Ooh.
wild.
Damn.
Shit was wild.
Damn.
Shit was crazy. I just watched that maybe last week, so
But
I might
but
convince Janelle to put that on tonight. She want to watch some fucking hood movies on Tubi.
that's my shit right there. I love the hood shit.
Yeah, Tubi. We watching this shit called First Lady. It had hoops in it. It had hoops and Jim Jones in it.
Word?
Yeah, it had hoops and Jim Jones in it. So hoops is like the main character, and Jim Jones was her nigga, and he got killed in the beginning.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so now she was on a mission trying to figure out like who did it, whatever. She found out it was one nigga that she was fucking. It was wild. It's wild.
Mm.
So we had just finished the first one. Now we on the part two. She hyped. She ready to come. She like, yo, I can't wait to come home. I don't know what. She like, I don't know how you got me into this shit. She's stuck.
It's always Mikey's fault.
just like
No,
how I
it's
got
really not.
just like how I got Jess on Marvel Universe. Now she's like
Yeah,
invested.
yeah, yeah.
Like she's super
That yo,
invested.
low key, it's very easy to get girls into the Marvel shit. It's mad because it may not be something they understand, but it's something they recognize.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like everybody knows who Spider Man is. Everybody knows who Iron Man is. Like my
Yep.
mom knows who Iron. My mom's favorite she'll tell you my mom's favorite superhero is Iron Man. Always has been. She was a comic book
Mm.
geek like that. So she loves shit like Avengers and Incredible Hulk and shit like that. But these are like the most recognizable figures of our generation. Like everybody knows who these characters are.
Characters is, yep.
So they may not understand, but like they get it. Like it's recognizable.
Yeah. And I see why Kevin Feige started off with those characters too. I see
Yeah,
it.
I mean, it was
Genius.
easy. It was easy. It was easy to start off with the Avengers. Yo, if you think about it, they probably be beyond the X-Men and like the rights and what everybody has. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
probably the easiest to write stories about. And if they low key wouldn't have killed everybody off, they could have really did a whole lot more
Yep.
with the core Avengers. For real, for real. Could have did a lot more with like Tony Stark and them niggas.
Yep.
Whole lot more.
Especially with Kang. Like now that he's coming in the universe,
You hear me, bro? Like that
he
shit is
gave
wild,
everybody
bro.
grief.
He's
They-
about to be some hell. Y'all thought Thanos was bad?
yeah, Kang is King. And if whenever they bring in Doctor Doom, them two niggas are the worst.
Dr. Doom gonna be some hell.
Yeah.
Y'all ready for these next couple movies? Morbius. Y'all saw Batman? You saw Batman yet live?
Nah.
Oh
See, we can't
my
talk about
god.
it. See, we can't talk
I
about
mean,
it.
you can because there was already room for me thanks to my coworker.
Nah,
I
I don't want to talk about it. Nah, I don't want to talk about it until you see it. I don't want to talk
yeah,
about it until you
now I
see it.
gotta wait another week.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it until you.
Can you do it spoiler free? Somewhat.
Not really. Not you could, but not really. That'd be hard. I don't want to ruin it. I'll tell y'all this much for me. It's a great movie.
Oh, it
Great
is.
fucking movie.
It is.
Absolutely go see it. For me though, and this was just for me, as a Batman fan from birth, something about this Batman movie didn't hit for me. It
Mm.
wasn't Robert Pattinson because I thought he was excellent as Batman. It I I don't think it was anything individually about the movie that just made me not like connect. But
Mhm.
it didn't wow me. That's what I'll say. it didn't. I didn't come out of the movie theater like,
It was
yo,
Riddler. That's why.
this is the greatest shit I've ever seen in my life. No, because even with the realism of the Dark Knight, even with the realism of the Dark Knight, when I came out of, even more so, the Dark Knight Rises, when I came out of the theater after seeing that, I was like, yo, son, what the fuck did I just watch? Yo,
Mm,
that shit was the craziest shit I ever seen in my life. You know what I'm saying? I
mm,
had to end, I came out of the theater like, you know what I think it really was? I think the movie satisfied me to the point where I didn't feel like I needed to watch it again. Like, I think I kind of caught everything the first time,
Oh
and
yeah,
I
no,
usually don't. It
mm.
was a very, it's, I guess, in its own way, is a very easy movie. I don't know if that makes sense. It didn't make me like,
want to
I didn't
watch it.
anticipate I didn't anticipate anything like, I don't know I don't know exactly what I'm trying to say. Like, I didn't feel like I was going to be wowed. Like, I just felt like, yo, this is gonna be a really good movie. And I just felt like, yo, I was waiting to be like, yo, wow, like, yo, that fight scene in Dark Knight Rises when Bane just beats the fucking shit out of Batman, bro. Like, yo, I still to this day like feel like that's one of the best fight scenes in all of fucking cinema. All the fucking
Wow.
movies, I
All
feel
the
like,
cin
yo, that fight scene,
wow,
I
that's a
feel like
big
that
statement.
fight scene
That's a
was
big
so,
statement.
it was just raw. Niggas was
You
just straight throwing haymakers at each other. You know what I'm
You
saying?
right.
Niggas was just
I
hitting each
agree.
other. Just take, yo, it was real. The way it was shot was so real. Yo, I didn't feel that. Now the hallway scene in the Batman was excellent. Excellent. But that was the scene they seen in the trailer, so it's not
Yeah.
something
When they were
that you
shooting
would
at him,
miss.
right?
But watching that on the screen, yo, that shit looks so good. So good.
but
And I loved that they're doing that more with Batman, where it's not so much smoke and mirrors, but the nigga really just being grounded and fighting. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, I'm all for like the smoke and mirrors and all that, but that shouldn't be all Batman is.
Yeah.
And I think that's where they messed up in Batman Begins, where it
Agreed.
was, you could never see him fighting. It was always like a glimpse of him, and you know what I'm saying. And then they changed that for the rest of them. And then even so, moving forward with Ben Affleck, his fight scenes were crazy. But
yeah,
that's because all of
Agreed.
them shits were
Agreed.
grounded as fuck. All of them,
Yeah.
you physically see this imposing, scary ass nigga in a bat costume beating the shit out of all of these people. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? And I think the one good thing that I could say about the Robert Pattinson Batman was that them fight scenes were excellent. The fight
no,
scenes were excellent.
he really
The
did a
fight
good
scenes were
job with
excellent.
that. I like
Definitely.
seeing I like seeing the actual brooded Batman, like the brooding, like the pre-Batman.
Right.
Um,
You like seeing Batman in the beginning.
I like
You
the
like seeing
Batman.
Batman,
You
yeah,
know,
beginning Batman, early Batman, first year, second year, first 5 years of Batman, absolutely raw and just, he doesn't really have a code yet.
Mm.
He doesn't
I
really like,
like that.
he's
Like his conscience even started building in the
right,
movie.
right.
Um, which is something I really liked, which is the character development. A lot of people didn't like it because a lot of people also just don't understand that there is Batman year one, two, three, four. You know,
You know
we
what? That's an excuse. People know that. People know that shit. People
you
just,
might just tell me
you know what it is.
a
Let me tell
15
you what it.
no.
No, if you're into, if no, a casual 15-year old, no, wouldn't know that. But you know what it really all boils down to? People want their superhero movies to be their superhero movies, and they don't want anything to deviate from those superhero movies. So
But
the
they've been doing
Batman is not in itself is not a superhero movie, and
no,
it
but
shouldn't be classified as one.
they
So
did they
when you take a character like Batman, who is a superhero movie and has been in nothing but superhero movies, when you take him and put him in this detective noir style film, people are not gonna like it.
Yeah.
They're not gonna like it.
Yeah.
they did the Batman the same format they did the Joker with Joaquin Phoenix, and I appreciated it.
Right. No, they made
Because
it a story. There's a
for
meaning
a
behind it.
psychological thriller, even though Riddler still was not. Riddler disappointed me.
Nah, Riddler, when I saw
Hmm.
who was playing Riddler, I knew what to expect from him. And I got exactly what I expected from him. Exactly what I expected. I knew. I saw him in a movie, 20 some odd years ago, yo, I promise you. And he was a young kid. And he played like this bullied kid, and he ended up being he ended up turning like a serial killer, like a wild serial killer. He wound up at the end I forget what it was called, but at the end I think his mans wound up like killing him and like dragging him and some shit. But like yo, for real, low key, when I saw him in that movie, I was like, yo, anything he was in after that, like he was gonna be good in. I'm gonna pull up his shit. I'm later on today when we get off. I'm gonna pull up his filmography. And I'll figure out what the fuck that movie was. He was in an episode of SVU. Um, he plays those types of people. Like Riddler is not the way he played him is not out of the norm of how of characters that he plays.
Yeah, but
Mm.
I feel like Riddler was just less strategic and more quizzical.
Because that's what he is.
But this Riddler seemed more strategical and less quizzical.
Eh, I think you know what I think it is. I think because the riddles that he was putting out, Batman solved them on the spot. It was never anything that he needed to go back to the Batcave and think about, or he had to sit on. He couldn't get it. He didn't get it. He got them, and he got them quick. So it kind of I don't know if that was purposely done. Like he knew that it seemed
Yeah.
like he knew that like he was going to be able to get him, and I think that's why he
But
made him that way.
isn't Batman a detective
Correct.
So
technically?
Which is
yes,
more which is this movie showcases that a lot more.
Detective Batman.
Okay.
Shows that a lot more. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Okay.
mm,
So I kind of you know what's crazy too? Well, because my coworker spoiled it for me. We had a debate on the top 3 Batmans.
Oh
We're
God,
okay.
talking about yeah,
doing this.
there was a crazy long hour
Top
lunch.
top three
Top 3
actors that
Batman.
play Batman.
Yeah, top 3 actors,
Okay.
and they put the new Batman as 3. I was like, wow, I gave him that high.
What was that one? What was the one and two?
Christian Bale and I think one Christian Bale was 1, and 2 was I believe the first Batman.
Michael
Michael
Keaton.
Keaton.
Michael Keaton.
So personally, y'all know I love Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton will always be Batman. So he's always my number one.
Okay.
Christian Bale
No,
would be my number 2. Would be, but I like Ben Affleck better.
I know
But
we
Robert
said this
Pattinson
before.
is definitely a number 3 with a
oh yeah,
runner up for
Whoa,
number 2. With a runner up for number 2.
whoa, over Christian
Could
Bale?
easily be over Christian
Okay,
Bale. Could be.
now I gotta see this. I
Could
gotta
be.
see this next
all
weekend.
right. No,
You
I
know
gotta
because
what?
see
You
this
know,
now.
I'll be honest with you though. I
can we refer back to the old
if
episode we did at DTF where we debated this for a month?
right. No, but I'll tell you. No, we'll find that. But what I have to say is I have to put Christian Bale up as number 2 because Ben Affleck never had a solo Batman movie. So we never
Yeah,
really got to see
yeah,
him as
yeah.
Batman doing Batman things. You feel me? And Batman Superman, yo, that nigga was a homicidal maniac, bro. He was a homicidal
Yeah,
maniac, bro.
yes, he was.
And by the time Justice League came out, he was on a team building mission to get these people together. He was low key Batman as we knew him, but it was just weird. It was just, but he
Yeah,
was so good though. He was so good, so
agreed.
fucking good as Batman in the two movies that he played Batman in. But man, if we could have got a solo movie from him,
That would have changed everything.
even just
It would.
one, he
Yeah,
might have taken number one spot.
yeah,
Could have easily taken number one. But Michael Keaton is easily best
yeah,
Batman. Even more
yeah.
so that he's in the Flash movie. He's in the Batgirl movie. Like they brought him back because there's
Hmm.
a respect there. The I say if they're able to get Christian Bale to come back and cameo in one of these movies, that would just turn the whole shit around. DC would fuck the game up.
Oh yeah,
DC
oh
will.
yeah,
DC is low key catching up to Marvel. They're low key catching up to Marvel. If they found their niche with these types of movies, these superhero movies with real life connotations and things like that,
I mean,
will
isn't
what
Peacemaker DC?
yeah,
Peacemaker's DC, yeah,
yeah,
Okay, making sure.
Peacemaker's
yeah.
DC. But I will say this: DC has always had the TV series animated shit on lock.
Oh yeah,
On
on Smash. And the fact
There,
and the fact they still keep it
Marvel
dark.
has great shows now. Marvel has hit with their shows. Even their cartoons are good, really good now, actually. But DC, go on HBO Max and watch their DC animated universe.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
Starting with the Flash, and watch starting with the Flashpoint Paradox, all the way up to Justice League Dark Apocalypse War.
yep,
And that is how Justice League, the movie, should have been done if they didn't do the 4 hour joint.
yeah,
That was the best representation of what the Justice League should have looked like in their animated films,
agreed.
without a doubt.
Hundred
They
percent
kept
agreed.
the focus on Batman for mostly, as they should have, because Batman will always be the focus. There's no money in Superman anymore. But um yo, when they got to the end and it all came full circle, it was so good. I think it's like 11 movies, but I don't think none of them are longer than like an hour and like 20 minutes.
Yeah,
They low key seem like they take forever, but they start off good. They get right to the point. It's action throughout the whole fucking movie,
yep.
and then it ends. I promise you. I think the Apocalypse War was like an hour and 10 minutes at that. Like,
I
it's
actually
not
like.
even long.
I enjoyed that one a lot. I
I
enjoyed that
enjoy
one a whole
every
lot.
single one. All of the build up, the characters they built, like DC, their animated game, all that shit is on
Yeah,
Smash.
they got it. They got
Marvel
the
Marvel
animation.
could never I don't care what kind of shows they come out with. They could never touch DC in that area. They could have them in the movies.
Yeah,
DC's revenue on just animation alone, starting from the Batman cartoon in the 90s,
yeah,
can't be touched. There's nothing that you'll remember Spider-Man, you'll remember the X-Men cartoons, you remember all of that from Marvel. But Batman, that was the first cartoons when niggas was
let's
dying.
talk
Niggas was
about it.
using
Let's
real
talk
guns
about it.
in
Yep,
cartoons, dog. It was
yep.
real guns in cartoons. It wasn't do everything in the Marvel cartoons, everything was lasers.
Yeah, yeah,
Everything, this was the first time niggas was dying. There was real life consequences and shit.
yeah. Let's talk about it.
There was no
That
cartoons like
Batman show set the
they didn't
standard.
think that Batman cartoon was gonna last. They built a universe around that cartoon.
Cartoon. Yep.
They built a universe around that.
And don't you remember
The
the movie, the first
Joker,
Batman
Harley.
movie they came
The
out?
Mask of the
The Best of the
Phantasm.
Phantom. Yeah,
Absolutely.
one of the best
Absolutely.
animated movies thus
Movies,
far. Like,
period.
period.
Period. Super dope story. Did you watch Injustice?
Nah,
They came out with an Injustice movie.
I didn't even
Fire,
know that. I'm gonna go and
fire,
watch that. I'm gonna watch that
fire. It's on
immediately.
HBO Max. It's fire,
No wonder I
fire.
got. There's a reason I signed up for HBO Max.
Yeah, nah. But HBO. I tell you one thing about HBO Max. When HBO Max takes its $17 out my account, I don't be mad.
Me neither.
I don't be mad.
Me neither.
Because HBO Max gets you when that shit says when sometimes they'll come up and say you don't have enough in your account to pay HBO Max, nigga, I will go on my savings and put 15 $16 in that bitch. You gonna pay for that HBO Max, bro. I don't let that shit lapse. I
Word.
use that. That's just like regular TV for me. Just
Facts.
like regular TV. HBO Max don't miss. And they coming out with the good movies too. They got
Mhm.
great movies on that shit too.
Wait,
It's worth the money.
question: the Batman's supposed to come on HBO Max soon, right?
It is. They said April. I think April 15th. I think the day after the concert.
Mm.
Yes. So you
Yeah, I
know,
think the day
I don't
after
know
the
if I really
concert
want
it'll
to
be on
wait that.
HBO Max.
I don't know if I really want to wait that long to see the movie though. I think I
It's
might just
I tell you right now, it's 3 hours long.
yo,
It's
then
three
you know
hours
what?
long.
I need to go to the movies then because I will sleep at
Yeah,
home. Like that
yeah.
shit
It's
be.
3 hours long.
I need to
It's
go to
three
the
hours
movies.
long.
I can sit. I can sit in the movies for 3 hours. I could do that.
it's
Yeah,
hella
nah.
crowded though.
Well, we
Nah,
go.
when we went, it was dead empty when I went. It was
You gotta go
nobody.
in the
Me and
morning,
Bro,
Janelle
JD.
in there.
shit
It was
you
me,
not.
Janelle, and one other family.
When did you go?
We went the day it came out.
That's why. Cause
The
no one
day it
knows
came
that
out.
there was a way that you can do it, like between the day before it came out and the day of. So
Nah, every movie comes out. Every movie that comes out on a Friday comes out Thursday afternoon. Everybody knows that. If you go into a movie when it says come out on Friday, it always comes Thursday afternoon. Every single movie that drops. No movie ever drops on Friday. All movies drop 7 p.m.
Facts.
Thursday. Every movie. We went in there thinking it was gonna be packed. That shit was empty.
Wow.
bro, I
I
went to
wow.
Kaufman Studios on Steinway, right?
That's why you was on fucking Steinway.
Bro, I got such a panic attack. Like I was trying to hold it down because it was for Ramon's birthday. So I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
so I'm doing
Too
my
many
best.
niggas, yeah.
I'm doing my best. I had like a blunt before I went in. I'm like, yo, I'm preparing. Bro, the
Yeah.
theater had that many people. It was so hot that my high wore off and my brain was on 1,000. I started playing the fucking riddles with Batman.
It was like that when we saw Spider-Man. But we saw Spider-Man the day it came out, that Thursday. We saw that
Mm.
Spider-Man that Thursday it came out. It was mad people in there, dog. Mad people.
I
That
couldn't
shit
do
was
it.
crazy.
I
That was a good fucking movie.
A
We never
very
talked
beautiful
about that.
movie.
We never talked about
Yeah,
Spider-Man.
we gotta
I
talk
never
about
saw
that.
Spider Man.
We got
You
you
never saw
haven't seen
Spider-Man?
I
what?
never got to see
Yo,
Spider
how
Man.
did you go see Batman? You didn't see Spider-Man. Yo, you're wild.
Oh
That's wild
man,
disrespectful. You're wild disrespectful to Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, who spent their
you got
time
yo.
and their energy to
Oh
make a
man,
movie for you to watch. How dare
they
you?
they they came back from the dirt just to do this
Is it
movie.
on HBO
They
Max?
did that. They did that for that's I think coming on digital the end of the month.
Yeah, it's coming this month.
But it's not coming on HBO Max. It's not coming on Disney Plus
Wait,
until it's not coming on Disney Plus until after it goes on Stars, because Sony has the rights
Yeah,
to the streaming
so
for the first half of like whatever their contract is. It's like 6 months, I think. So they put all of their shit on like Stars or some shit like that. So it'll be on there. And then once that's over, it'll go on to Disney. Because
oh,
that's why the first two ones weren't on fucking Disney Plus. Now they are.
yeah.
Yeah, the first two weren't on, but now they are. They were both on Star. Yeah,
Star.
Stars, I
Yeah,
think.
they was on Stars. You right. You right.
so
Stars.
Cause I have
wait,
Stars
didn't
as
it come
well.
out? Homecoming came out when?
Homecoming came out in 19. No,
No,
I
no,
mean, not
early.
the
17.
the
It's
new one.
17.
No Way Home. Sorry,
No, no,
No
the
Way
new
Home.
one,
Yes,
No Way Home, came out in
Yeah.
December.
bro. I had COVID in December. That's why I didn't go.
That shit's still in the movies. There's no fucking excuse.
I didn't know I was still in the movies until
He ain't
you said
letting
something
he ain't
like
letting Katie
that.
slide with that one. Nah,
Yo, I
yeah,
went when we went
yeah.
to go see Batman. That shit says Spider-Man 715, Theater 12. That bitch was all the way in the back. That's the
them
only
niggas,
show they had.
them
They
niggas,
still playing that shit.
them
You better
niggas
go
is
catch that
stretching.
shit.
They stretching that
Yo,
shit
they're
as
gonna
best as
stretch
they
that
can.
shit, yo. They're gonna stretch it. They trying to it was that's a really good fucking movie.
Nah, yeah,
That was
Katie,
a
you gotta
really
see
good
that.
I came out of that movie like, yo, what are they gonna do?
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to top that. It's gonna be hard. I think
Nah,
that's
I
the best Spider-Man.
Doctor Strange gonna fuck that up.
I mean, well, oh yeah, of course, I agree.
Doctor
But
Strange is yo,
as far as the
their
best
lineup.
Spider-Man,
Oh yeah, that's without a doubt.
that's
The
the best. That's
easy
the
is the
best
best Spider-Man
Spider-Man
movie ever made.
ever.
Ever made. Doctor Strange is gonna watch that still. Y'all niggas don't
You think you're
understand,
what?
yo.
Uh,
That's Doctor Strange is going to watch that.
I mean, I got high hopes for the film. I ain't gonna hold you, especially seeing
Doctor Strange
the
is gonna
glimpse of
watch.
Professor X. I have very high hopes for that film right
Yo,
now.
they had Zombie Strange, bro.
Yes, yeah, I seen that. I was
Yo,
like,
bro,
oh,
so if did you Katie, have you watched any of the Marvel shows? The new ones that came
can
out, like
what if?
WandaVision.
now WandaVision or Loki. I haven't had a chance to.
Yo, so
Oh, they got a lot of
there's a
catching up to do.
show on
Disney Plus.
Disney Plus. It's called What If.
Yeah,
And it
Okay.
has all of these like different what if scenarios, like what if Doctor Strange didn't save Shorty or whatever, blah blah blah, whatever, it was just wild shit. But all of that, and that's the one thing Marvel does is they're able to connect shit the way they do. All of that pieces into the Doctor Strange movie. So if you don't, and I don't want to say that you probably won't understand it if you don't get it, because they may explain it in a very vague way. But if you go on and try to watch it without seeing that, you won't understand half of the shit that's probably going to happen. Because you're not going to understand
facts,
why all of these characters
facts.
are in the way they are, or
Okay.
where they're coming from and shit. So that What If is definitely all of those Marvel shows: WandaVision, Loki, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. What was the last one? Hawkeye was really good.
But it's kind of like
Um,
but that kind of reminds me. Remember when it used to be if on CW11 Monday would be like Legends of Tomorrow, Tuesday would be The
right.
Flash,
So it's
Wednesday.
basically that same type of deal. Only
Hmm.
these shows are more. They're all within the Marvel universe, all within the Marvel unit. They all take place after everything happened, after Thanos, all of that. But they're all self-contained stories, as where Arrow and Flash and Legends of Tomorrow and all of those shows, they're all of their consequences affect the bigger world, where these stories affect the bigger world, but in a smaller way.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like WandaVision happened. Everything that happened in WandaVision affected the multiverse in this small way. Everything that happened in Loki affected the multiverse in this huge way. You know what I'm saying? Like Falcon and Winter Soldier had nothing to do with the multiverse. Spider-Man had everything to do with the multiverse. Doctor Strange has
Hmm.
everything to do with the multiverse. Like, and all of those things just build up. Like it basically gives you a ground of where they're going, so that you're not just jumping into it. You're not just jump like Spider-Man did a great job introducing the multiverse. If you've never watched like any of the other shows,
Yeah, I agree.
it did a very great job of showing you, yo, this is what's gonna happen, so that if anything else happens, all of it happened because of Doctor Strange.
Strange. Yep.
So it's like, okay, we know who to blame. You know what I'm saying? So nah, Doctor Strange is gonna fuck up Spider Man.
That's gonna be crazy if it did, because a lot of people
All of
didn't
the
have high
rumored
hopes for the
people,
first one.
so all of the rumors, so they're talking about maybe Hugh Jackman coming back one more time. That we already saw Professor Xavier.
Yeah.
Fucking. They said we might get Tom Cruise as a variant Tony Stark. Um,
Mm.
um, they said they're gonna be variants of different characters. Um, just wild shit. So we're gonna probably get introduced to mutants into the MCU. Well, I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure we'll probably see Fantastic Four at some point pop up. This is gonna be their way of introducing shit. It's gonna
Yeah.
be their way of introducing the shit.
Yeah. I heard there was gonna be a fight scene at the end of Doctor Strange that rivals Endgame.
Endgame, yeah, where everybody kind of low key comes together and shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
so we'll see. It's gonna be fire. It's gonna be fire, and that's in a month. That's in a
Yeah.
month.
Yeah.
May, I think. Oh no, not 2 months.
No, no,
It's
2 months.
May.
It's in May.
May. That's
Yeah,
just right up the street.
just go ready. Just
Yo,
be
I'm low
ready.
key surprised I haven't seen more promotion for it.
Yeah. I mean, they gave us a
Like
wicked trailer at the end of Spider-Man.
at the end of Spider Man, that shit was hard.
That was the craziest
I
trailer I've
watched that
seen thus
shit. I
far.
watched that shit like 20 times easily. That trailer, just the spot shit I missed.
Yeah.
Marvel's stepping it the fuck up. It's a
Yeah,
fact.
because I thought they was gonna lose their spunk after Endgame. Like I'm like, I don't know how they're gonna top Endgame, and they got me. They got me.
Nah,
So
there's plenty. I knew there was plenty. There was so many ways they could have went. I'm surprised they're going this direction, but that's it's not a bad direction to go.
yeah,
Oh, Spider Man's not going to. Wait. So it comes to digital streaming services March 22nd.
Yeah, right. Which
Um,
I will have that shit.
oh yeah, we buying that. Yeah, like
it's
I'm
gonna
Yeah, I
be
will have
take
that
my
shit.
$20.
And I'm gonna get that Blu-ray as soon as that Blu-ray drop. Getting that
Amazon
Blu-ray.
and Voodoo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Voodoo. I have Voodoo. I have a Voodoo account.
So Amazon Prime, Voodoo, Apple TV, and the Google Play Store for $20.
Yeah, they can take that.
They get
That's
they
well
they
worth it.
taking my 20. Yeah,
That's
it's a
well worth
beautiful
it.
film. It was worth the money. Like if you haven't seen, if
See it.
anybody out there
Yeah,
that haven't seen it, y'all need to go see it. Like while you
it's
can,
whatever the movie theater's charging. It's well worth that price.
it's worth it.
Whatever your local movie theater's charging, that Spider-Man movie's well worth that price. Well worth it. But
I
yeah,
just
when
want.
that Blu-ray comes out, I'm
Oh
definitely
yeah,
gonna get that.
oh
I
yeah.
low key want to get the whole set of
Spider
the first three no the first three phases of the Marvel universe. Want to get that? It was
It's a
like
whole set for that, right?
Isn't it
30.
like a
I think how
thousand?
many movies is it? They said 31. I think it's 31 films
Is
and
it?
like a box set.
I thought it was
It's like
27,
31
28.
films,
No.
maybe something like that. And but it's in a box set.
Yeah.
I think I want to put some money and invest in that. The
Hey
Blu-ray,
Siri,
that shit
how
would
much
be
is
hard.
the box set?
I just want to see what they're gonna do with Tom Hardy's Venom and how it's gonna be parallel to the Spider-Man universe.
That's
That's what
hard.
I'm.
I want to
That's
see
what
what they're
I'm
gonna do
waiting
with this
for. Really.
Mobius. I'm looking at this Mobius movie, yo. I don't
Yeah.
know if it's gonna do that good, but they pushing this shit.
Yeah.
I just think people lost interest after they kept pushing it back.
Yeah. I
Because when they
mean,
first came out with that first original trailer, niggas and they saw Michael Keaton in that shit,
oh yeah.
where
I got
he's playing
excited.
the
I ain't gonna
vulture,
hold
niggas is like, yo,
you. Yeah.
wait, what? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
So
I
that
got
shit was
excited.
hard. So niggas got to see how that's gonna tie up.
And that's by Sony too. They Morbius is owned by
Yeah, that's
Sony.
Sony.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how they building their world. I think eventually, I think what's gonna happen is they're gonna end up sharing Spider-Man in a way
Okay.
where Spider-Man is gonna pop up in those movies as sort of the bad guy in a way,
Gotcha.
even though
Yeah.
they're the bad guy. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like I think that in that way, um, I think that's how they're gonna use him. Once they figure out how they're gonna merge the multiverse, because that's eventually what they're gonna do.
And it's lots of layers to the Spider-Man story too. Those who read the comics,
They're coming out
a
with a Madam
lot of
Web
layers.
movie.
Really?
Yeah, they're coming out with a Madam Web movie. Yeah, so that's just gonna be kind of fire.
Okay, I would
Yeah,
like to see that.
that's a fact. That's a fact.
And also what I know that all the shows that used to be on Netflix like the Luke Cage, Daredevil, they all
All
coming to
them shit is
Disney
going to
Plus.
Disney. All them shit is coming to Disney,
Oh, what a
which
time to
means
be
they'll
alive!
probably continue it. That means they're gonna probably continue them. I never watched season 2 of Luke Cage.
It was good. Uh, it just didn't end well for everybody. Everybody didn't like the ending.
Yeah,
Nobody didn't
yeah.
like the ending. How like because now they paint him out to be a villain of some sort. But
Oh,
yeah, like because yeah, I ain't going to spoil it, but yeah, it's like he took down his arch nemesis and now he took over. That's the
oh, okay, okay,
yeah.
okay.
So it's like nobody didn't like the way it ended. But I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with Daredevil now that he was in the
Yeah,
Spider-Man movie.
facts.
I'm a big Daredevil fan, so see, and
Yeah,
then you
no,
got to
that's
bring
what
in
I
you got
see
to
what they're
bring
gonna
in
do.
King. They're already bringing Kingpin, so we don't know if he's dead or alive based off what we saw in Hawkeye, and
Hmm.
and then the Punisher ties in with that as well.
That's a fact.
So
It's
I'm
all
excited.
connected.
I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with all that.
Facts.
Gentlemen, it is about that time, though.
It's a fact.
Word.
This was awesome.
As
But
always.
tell us about our guest for next week, though.
Oh, okay. So quiet is kept. Those who don't know, I've been working with a poetry artist, which is one of my closest friends for many years. Her name is Ebony Eyes.
Hmm.
She's a poetry artist, and we created something very dynamic that hasn't been done as yet, as far as hip hop and poetry is done. You know what I mean? Like we clashed the two worlds, and we made a phenomenal project. So we gonna have her on Rawrrzone. This is her debut interview, by the way. Um, and we gonna interview her. We gonna release a new single,
It's dope.
which is called Plastic, produced by me, mixed by us two guys.
Hmm.
And the reason I'm giving you credit for mixing it as well, because you helped me with the auto tune part and
Hmm.
and balancing out the hook. So
Yeah.
yeah, this is what EDC does. We don't
Facts.
we put together dope records not just for ourselves but for others as well.
It's a fact.
Ooh.
So
So, from our guest, where can we find you?
you can find me on IG and Twitter at Live Johnson 718. Following me. I mean, I'm saying follow me. You could go on our website, edcbeats.com if you're looking for some beats. And of course, my personal website, www.livejohnson.com. Love It is out right now, and Dangerous is also out.
It's a fact. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Hill Classic. Y'all can follow me everywhere at underscore Hill Classic. Um, my single Dangerous is out right now. I need everybody to go ahead and jump on that and just check it out. Let me know what you
Get
think. It's on
dangerous,
all streaming platforms. Huh?
get dangerous with your loved ones.
Yo,
Yeah,
get dangerous. Yo, get dangerous. Get dangerous as fuck. Cause I know April 14th, I'm gonna be getting dangerous. Y'all gonna see it. April 14th, our 5 year anniversary. Welcome to the Rawrrzone concert
yes,
will be
sir.
held at Shillelagh Tavern in Astoria. Um, Artists on the bill are Coney Brooks, S. Rock, Live Johnson, Michael Bostic, Richard Picasso, Yano,
Dizzy.
Daylight, and who else? Busy Bee. Did I get everybody?
Did you get S Rock?
Yeah, I
Yes,
did get S.
he
Rock.
got us right.
You got the other day the DJ.
The other day is DJing. We are looking for sponsors still. We are looking for vendors. So if you're interested, come come holler at any one of us. We get you, point you in the right direction, get you what you need, with all the details. Um, but nobody's fucking with that lineup, so y'all gotta come out and support. All the artists have their Eventbrite links, so any of the artists that was mentioned, if you want to support them, and buy a ticket, go right to them and purchase that ticket.
And my name is Ivy. We're gonna close it out with Live Johnson featuring Michael Bostic. Love it. Let's go.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It's about to be a hot summer, and even the colder winter. Check. Unsophisticated, showing love even if it's not reciprocated. Still balling in this sport, doesn't matter if I win or not. Looking like Money Mitch whenever I spin the block. I'm a true live wire to its definition. I drop in classics even though I get no recognition. I love a thick black woman who is more unique. Gotta love it cause my queen, she ain't for the streets. I love hood respect. I love a dope mix with good effects. I school rappers that you wouldn't test. Y'all be talking like your knowledge is significant. From now on I need receipts and certificates. Jews, I be spitting it. Plus I rock it way cooler. Looking like the Diamond District to these K jewelers. I'm all for peace but we stay shooters. Always spinning, we don't have a budget. Nah bro, you gotta love
Every
it.
day that I live on this earth, I've been living my dream.
You gotta love it.
All I gotta worry about is family, myself and my queen.
You gotta love it.
All eyes on me as soon as I step on the scene.
You gotta love it.
Got no time for these motherfucking niggas that be hating on me.
You gotta love it. I love being in my lane when nobody get it. Making money off of music, though I hobby with it. Ain't nothing like some fresh J's out the box and the new Mercedes Benz. Let me slay off the lot, thank you. My mind right, my money right, I'm way focused. The streets watching a real one, they notice. I subtract to anybody if they don't add up. Who needs your validation when you really don't matter? I'm not trying to hear that I'm next, cause I don't have the time next. Either we pushing the cash and sign checks. Yes, it doesn't mean much. I'm giving you this free lunch. The beat has a good feel. The verse got a mean punch. Riding through the city with a bad one. I'm shining for the underdogs who never had none. Damn, this is what New York feels like. You gotta love it cause I'm living this in real
Every
life.
day that I live on this earth, I've been living my dream.
You gotta love it.
All I gotta worry about is family, myself and my queen.
You gotta love it.
All eyes on me as soon as I step on the scene.
You gotta love it.
Got no time for these motherfucking niggas that be hating on me.
You gotta love it.